Good afternoon, hockey fans. Welcome back to Woodbury, Minnesota for the championship game. No, can't hear me. Can you hear me now?
Can you hear me? Hello? No?
Nope.
Hello? Hello? Testing, testing. Hello? Test. Test, test, test.
And we'll see if this audio is working. Sedung on the draw between Feldick and Miller. Plager and Wellna, the defenseman. Back to Plager. For hybrid controls into the Blormy zone. Plager chasing. Shot off of Wellna. Saves Mija. All right, sounds like we got our audio back to working. All right. So welcome to the championship game of the Snipers Cup. Blormy against Pro Hybrid. Blormy trails 1-0. 9 minutes left in the first period. Plager and Hartman defending in the corner. And Hartman chasing. Shots deflected by Plager. Probably behind the net with it. Wellna defending. Out to Pro Hybrid point. Shot. Glove saves Mija. And bodies in front. And it's frozen. And a little extra. Blormy's lucky they didn't get one there. So defensive zone draw. Smee just left Ziedemeyer with Zisler and Meyer, the wings. Krumtich and Del Rio, the defenseman. Ziedemeyer up to Zisler. Zisler. Meyer skate. Meyer chases. And Zisler helping out down low. Ring around. Del Rio at the point. Del Rio steps to the middle. Sends it down, but Pro Hybrid intercepts, and they're up and out. Krumtich intercepts that. He's got some space in front of him. Krumtich in the Pro Hybrid zone. Checks the puck, cuts in the net, and draws a penalty. So nice work by Grady there. Intercepted that in the neutral zone. Drove to the net hard. Drew a hooking penalty. And Blue Army will go on the power play here. A chance to tie it up. 8:04 left in the first. Ziedemeyer between Zisler and Meyer. Del Rio and Krumtich, the defenseman. Back for Del Rio. Del Rio down low to Meyer. Meyer over to Krumtich. Oh, deflected and out of the zone. Krumtich back for it. Krumtich to Del Rio. Del Rio left the boards in front of his own bench, harassed by a Pro Hybrid player. And they chip it in the Blue Army zone. Meyer gets a stick on that. Del Rio tried to send it back around, but intercepted. Del Rio brings it around past Zisler's reach and still goes out of the zone. Battle right in front here. Back into the Blue Army zone for Velhog over to Meyer. Meyer enters with Ziedemeyer trailing. And knocked out of the zone, and Pro Hybrid will clear. Back in the Blue Army zone for Wellna. Wellna tried to center, hits the skate. Ziedemeyer tried to dump that in. Ziedemeyer flips that into the Pro Hybrid zone. Miller on the forecheck. Pro Hybrid rings it around. Kavillog steps up, holds the zone. Miller with it. To Feldick, tried to cut to the net. It's broken up. And Pro Hybrid chips it out into their own bench. And that'll be an offensive zone faceoff for Blue Army here on the power play. 34 seconds left in the power play. Sedung between Miller and Feldick. Wellna and Kavillog, the defenseman. Pro Hybrid controls off the draw. Miller behind the net. Miller brings it out in front. Sedung whacks at it and goes just wide. Sedung's back up top for Wellna. Wellna shot goes wide. Vilhog steps up to the middle. Just out of Sedung's reach, and Pro Hybrid clears. 6 seconds left on the power play. That'll pretty much do it. Wellness back in the corner. Pro Hybrid controls. Walk toward the net. Broken up Sedung now. Sedung. Pro Hybrid's at full strength. Penalty's over. Sedung takes it wide. Sedung cuts toward the net. Fires. Save. Broken up by Young. Sedung. Shot. Flipped up in front and bounces, and that's in. I don't know if Sedung, I don't know if Young got a piece of that when he was crashing the net. Looks like Sedung got it. So 5:46 left in the first period, and Sedung ties it up for Blue Army. Nice work. Using the speed to get around the corner, cutting the net and putting it on net. Hartman will take the draw between Stone and Young. Plager and Krumtich, the defenseman. Plager back for it. Plager. Oh, nope, in front. Not what you want to do. Set at the crossbar. Shot, saves Smija. Hartman breaks that up. Out of the zone. With Young to his right. Hartman in. Shot's deflected. And Plager steps up. Breaks that up for a second. Stone's there. Pro Hybrid gathers into the Blue Army zone. Shot, blocker to side by Smija. Plager behind the net. To Hartman. Hartman. Now Stone. Stone up for Young. Young skates. And Pro Hybrid gathers and they'll regroup back into the Blue Army zone. Krumtich back for it. Krumtich behind his own net. Krumtich cuts it up. He's got Stone, but passing behind him, and Pro Hybrid will gather and regroup. Stone on the forecheck. Now Ziedemeyer and Meyer. Meyer takes that away. Meyer to the middle for Ziedemeyer. Ziedemeyer in the corner. Pro Hybrid possesses and the cross-ice breakout. Del Rio hustling back, well in the defending, and Smija gobbles that one up. All tied up at 1, 4:12 left in the first. Ziedemeyer on the draw, Smija's left. Zisler and Meyer, the forwards. Del Rio and Wellman, the defenseman. Meyer over there on the far wall. Meyer tried to chip it up to Zisler, no go. Shot and gloved by Smija. Ziedemeyer wins that back to Del Rio, rings it around for Wellman and Zisler, just out of their reach. Zisler, nice look to get over there. Ziedemeyer, he's got Meyer in the middle with him. Ziedemeyer fires, off the stick of the goaltender, nice save. Del Rio steps in. Pro Hybrid, they got numbers, 3-on-1, 2-on-1 now. Wellness steps up, chips it up and out for Ziedemeyer. Ziedemeyer off the glass. And back to Del Rio. Del Rio with some speed to the neutral zone, cuts to the middle, fires wide. Meyer on the forecheck. Pro Hybrid clears, sends it all the way. And not going to be icing. Sedung's back for it. Sedung circles around. Sedung now with some momentum. He's got plenty of space too. Sedung into the Pro Hybrid zone. Takes it wide. Sedung sends it out front for Miller, but couldn't get that through. And Pro Hybrid will gather and bring it back. Stepped up by Feldick, broken up. Plager back for it. Plager to try to go to Miller, doesn't connect. And pass in front, goes all the way through. Feldick defending on the near wall. Up top, held in the zone, off Feldick's skate from Miller, up to Feldick. Miller again, chips it up. And sent all the way through. Plager's back for it. Plager. Battles in the corner. Send in front, and Miller clears. Plager in the near corner. Up for Feldick. And Pro Hybrid holds it in. Sedung defending along with Feldick and Plager. Pro Hybrid sends it around. Feldick chases. No, sorry, Kavilhog chases. Back behind is Plager. Plager tried to go up, intercepted. Sedung. Run back around for Plager. Plager's got some time here. Some space, chips it up, and bounces through. Feldick chases after that one. Intercepted. Well, thought it was Hartman. Now it's Young. Young fires over the net. Pro Hybrid possesses. They ring it around. Stone chases. Stone and Young battling there. Now Hartman in the middle. And Pro Hybrid exits. But also backed by Young. Now Hartman. Hartman gathers to Stone. Stone. Move at the blue line. Broken up and back into the Blue Army zone. Del Rio back for it. Del Rio reverses. Back at the boards for Stone. Stone chips it up and out. He's got Hartman and Del Rio with him. Stone to the middle, but broken up. Del Rio on the far wall. Back up for Young. Young sends it down low. Up front for Del Rio. Nice pass there. Just couldn't quite connect and finish that one. Hartman behind the net. Hartman walks up front. Broken up. Del Rio holds. Didn't hold the zone. And it'll be offside. So neutral zone face-off after the offside. Hartman with Stone to his left, Young to his right. Trumpchits to lefty, Del Rio to righty. Del Rio steps up for a second. For Hybrid in. 2-on-1. Smija, nice glove save. "12 seconds left in the first period here. Tied 1-1. Depends his own draw. Hartman on it. For Hybrid controls. We go D to D. Stone chase. Nice deflection. Del Rio gets that out of the zone. And that should eliminate the threat for the period. 1 second. And, oh, look out. So, after one, all tied off at 1 in the championship game here. So, 1-1 after 1. Not the sharpest for Blue Army. We'll see. Boys can tighten things up a little bit here in the second. Several nice saves by Smija. Bailing the boys out in a few spots. See what Coach Sam has dialed up for the second period here. All right, so here we go for the second period. Siedemeyer with Zisler to his left, Meyer to his right. Relna the left D, Plager the right D. Here we go. Back to Plager. Plager gets the line, off the glass and in. Zisler on the forecheck. Now Siedemeyer on the far wall. Siedemeyer battles. Chipped up and out. Pro Hybrid 2-on-1. If they hurry, Meyer's hustling back to try to catch him. and did just enough to get in the way of that pass, so they misfired. Welna bounces up and out. Off of Meyer in the middle. For hybrid controls back into Blue Army zone, dump it in. Plager's back for it. Plager behind the net, reverses. Meyer tried to go to the middle and does. Zisler up to Ziedemeyer. Couldn't get the handle on that. The hybrid back in the Blue Army zone. Shots deflected, bounces up and sent wide to the front of the net. Ziedemeyer prevents that from going all the way in front. Ziedemeyer and Plager battling in the back. Hybrid throws it up front, off of some bodies. Welna sends it behind the net. Plager chips it across. Welna, Zisler. Hybrid controlling here. We need something. Hybrid sends it down low. Plager's back there. And there we go. That's a penalty. And you got to blow the whistle. There you go. Okay. All right. Next year, that'd have been a fine play, but still can't check yet. So Blue Army will go on the power play here. Chance to take its first lead of the game. 13:20 left in the second period. Let's see here. Sedang between Miller to his right, Feldick to his left. Del Rio, the lefty, Villag, the right D. Del Rio down to Feldick. Feldick on the wall for Sedang. Sedang toward the net. Tried to go 5-hole. Covered up. Sedang behind. Sedang tried to go off the boards. Good idea. Like what he was trying. Just didn't work. Del Rio back behind his own net. Del Rio up to Sedang. Sedang up to Miller. Miller inside the Pro Hybrid zone. Sedang battling on the near wall there at the half board. Sends it, takes it into the corner. Up top for Del Rio. Del Rio fires, deflected in front. And Pro Hybrid goes off the glass and out. Vilhag's back forward, one on hard. Vilhag battling, Sedang up. Oh. Pro Hybrid walks away with that one. Send it up top and out of the zone. They'll be content to kill time, and they send it back in. Del Rio in his own corner for it. Here we go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Del Rio up across the middle to Miller. Miller to the middle for himself. Knocked away, and Pro Hybrid clears. 35 seconds left in the power play. Vilhag back for it. Vilhag up to Young, just missed there. Goes all the way through, and that'll be icing. So, 23 seconds left in the power play. Defensive zone face-off for Blue Army. And it'll be Hartman on the draw with Stone and Young, the wings. Welna and Krumtich, the defenseman. Hartman wins it back for Welna. Welna up to Stone. Stone to the middle for Young. Young with some speed. That just couldn't quite hold on there. Young. Young back forward to Welna. Welna to Stone. Stone. Stone takes it wide. Hartman helping out. Hartman with it now. Hartman behind. Hartman toward the middle in the slot now. Oh, just couldn't quite pull the trigger. Penalty is over, so Pro Hybrid's back at full strength with 5-on-5. Welna steps up. And Pro Hybrid clears. Into the Blue Army zone. Shot wide. Welna chips it up and held in. Krumtich though. Krumtich, nice spin move. Oh, shoot. Deflected off the skate, and then now Hartman with it. Hartman in the middle for Stone. And for Hybrid, back in the Blue Army zone with some speed. Krumtich forces him into the corner. Hartman defending. Into the middle, across ice. Stone chases. Now Krumtich defends. Knocked away. Hartman picks that one up. Hartman up for Young. Young drops it for Hartman. Oh. And Welna able to keep that in for a second. But for Hybrids up and out into the Blue Army zone. Cross to the middle. Saves Mija. Welna defending the corner. Hartman on the sidewall to the middle. Knocked away by Krumtich. And that's sent up and out. Myers chasing hard. Myers still forechecking. Welna stabs at that. Meyer chips it up for Zissler. Back in the Blue Army zone in the middle for Ziedemeyer. Nice work, Zissler covering in the middle. Running anything bad from happening. Krumtich up and out. Krumtich to the neutral zone. He's got Meyer with him. Krumtich across. Fires. Just high. For Hybrid. Exits the zone. Ziedemeyer helping out. Stepping back, playing D for a minute here. It's Plager back for it. Plager for Meyer. Shot high. Kvilhaug off the boards. And out. For Hybrid regroups. Ooh, Meyer almost picked that one off. No dice. Into the Blue Army zone. Shot high. Round for Zissler. For Hybrid regroups, Ziedemeyer chasing. Kvilhaug defending here. Shot over the net. For Hybrid rings it around. Zissler will go up to the point. They send it back down low. Kvilhaug down low. Then they'll go right back up the wall. Shot to the middle. Body's covered up in front. Goes all the way through. Plager defends in the corner. Meyer chases up top. They go across. Zissler's up there now. Off of Zissler's foot. And out of the zone. Blue Army probably needs a change here. There we go. You get one fresh forward. Pro Hybrid into the Blue Army zone off of Ziedemeyer's foot. Kvilhaug's back for it. Kvilhaug sends it over. Plager defending in the corner. Knocks him off the puck. Oh, that pass doesn't go through. Bouncing around, can't quite see it through the glass there, unfortunately. All right, here we go. Kvilhaug chips it up. Feldick battling there. Feldick battling at the point along with Ziedemeyer. Sent across the ice to the near side. All the way across the crease. Feldick battling over there. Kvilhaug helping out in the corner. Still battling behind the net. Sedong helping out, and puck's bouncing around. And Sedong comes away with it. Sedong knocked off the puck. There we go. And Meyer up the near boards. Meyer to the middle. Try to go to the middle. Meyer still possesses. Fires and gobbled up by the Pro Hybrid goalie, but nice work by Sedong in the defensive zone to use his speed, start skating out, and drew a checking penalty. So 6:59 left in the first period. And Blue Army will go back on the power play. Sedong, Miller to his right, Feldick to his left, Welna, right D, Del Rio the lefty. For Hybrid controls, Feldick's over there for it. Feldick up to Del Rio. Del Rio steps, fires, deflected, wide. Welna to the net, bounces all the way through. Feldick thought about going up top, but Del Rio was covered. Got a whistle for something. Oh, they had 5. Thank you. We got to reset the, we don't get to, if they had 5 guys on this, I'm not sure why they didn't reset the penalty. We'll see if they do anything about it. But yeah, Pro Hybrid had 5 guys on them. They should have had 4. We'll see if they reset the penalty clock to give Blue Army the full 2 minutes. Sedong with it. Sedong up to Feldick. Feldick for Miller. Miller to the middle for Sedong. Just couldn't connect, and Pro Hybrid exits into the Blue Army zone. Nice defensive play by Welna. Pro Hybrid sends it to the net. Welna puts a glove on that. Sedong will pick that one up. Sedong tried to go across. And shot wide. Sedong up for just past Miller. For Hybrid sends it in. Welna's back for it. Welna. 35 seconds left on the clock of the power play. We'll see what they do again. Miller into the Pro Hybrid zone. Miller takes it wide to the middle for Sedong. Sedong just not able to get the shot off. Good stick work by Pro Hybrid. Sedong for Stone. Stone fires and it almost snuck through. Pro Hybrid exits and they dump it all the way down. Vilhag. Pro Hybrid controls. And they send it into the Blue Army zone. That'll do it for the penalty. Looks like they didn't give Blue Army the extra 15 seconds that had already ticked off. So we will play on. Over here for Young. Young sends it all the way in deep. Hartman chases on the near side. Stone on the far side. Stone on it. Stone chips it to himself. Stone thought about going to the middle. It is covered up. Hartman's back for the help out. Over for Young. Young. Up top, but that'll go out for Kavilhag. Kavilhag for Hartman. Hartman walks it in. Wide to the middle for Young. And Pro Hybrid sends it out. Kavilhag far side for Stone. Stone with it. Got Hartman driving the net to the middle. Oh, nice play. Good try. I like it. Didn't work, but nice play nonetheless. And Pro Hybrid sends it out. Krumtich is back for it. Krumtich around his own net. Up for Stone. Krumtich gets it back. Krumtich into the Pro Hybrid zone. Drops it for Stone. And Pro Hybrid sends it out. Plager's back for it. Plager behind his own net. Reverses for Stone. Stone. Shot, save, Smedra. Glad I got the first one. Must have hit his shoulder, bounced up, and came back down and trickled in. So 3:17 left in the second. Blue Army trails 2-1. Ziedemeyer. Meyer to his right, Zissler to his left. Plager and Welna, the defenseman. Meyer. Stick handling through. Almost able to make it through, not quite. Welna sends it down low. Bounces. Pro Hybrid sends it up top for Plager. Plager not able to hold it in. And Pro Hybrid exits. Ziedemeyer hustling back. Welna defending. Nice save, Ziedemeyer. And we'll get a whistle. 2:49 left in the second period here. Face off. Smeege's right. Ziedemeyer. Battle on the dot. In the middle for Zissler. Nice effort to chip that up for Meyer. Meyer cuts to the middle. And well not able to keep it in. Tried to go to the middle, but intercepted. And Hybrid, nice pass across. And a one-timer for a goal. Not much Smeja could do there. So, 2:28 left in the second. 3-1 deficit for Blue Army. Sedong in the draw, Miller to his right, Feldick to his left. Del Rio the left D, Feldick the right D. Kvilhaug the right D. Toward the net and covered up by Smeja. Battle on the hash marks. Sedong and Kvilhaug. For Hybrid steps away with it. Over the net. Feldick battling on the far wall. For Hybrid sends it down. Sedong chases. Del Rio defends. Up top. Shot to the net. Wide. Miller hustles down low to help out. Miller. And Del Rio sends it to the front. No, sorry. Kvilhaug sends it up. Del Rio now. Tried to go up for Sedong. Couldn't get there. Kvilhaug chips it up and out. Del Rio fires. Blockers into the behind the net. Kvilhaug steps up, holds for a second, and Pro Hybrid enters. And they might have been off, but they're going to let it go. And saves Smeja. Sedong with it now. Sedong with Miller coming in as well. Halfway. Sedong behind the net. Sedong looking for help. Sedong gets the brakes on. Sedong needs some help now. Miller helps out to the front of the net and deflected. Miller behind the net now. Stone on the forecheck. Krumtich steps in, holds his own. Sedong forecheck behind the net. The Hybrid puts the brakes on. They're ringing around. Stone and Young. Hartman intercepts. Hartman fires. Save. Pro Hybrid. Up and out of the zone. Plager. Chips it up for Young. Pro Hybrid in the Blue Army zone. Gets hit by Plager to knock that away. And Hartman. Still Hartman. Nice battle by Hartman to maintain possession there. Pro Hybrid steps up. And we're getting a little boys are getting a little spirited out there, as are some of the fans, as the second period ends. So, after 2, Blue Army trails 3-1. All right, so it looks like they gave Stone a penalty for that at the end of the period. And so Blue Army will start the third. Short, trailing 3-1. Hartman on the draw with Young to his right. Kvilhaug and Wellman the defenseman. Hartman chases. Harvey goes D to D. Hartman got a stick on that into the Blue Army zone. Fired. Nice save, Smija. Battle in front, bouncing around, and Hartman. For a hybrid goes D to D and into the Blue Army zone. Nice effort by Hartman there to lunge and tip that one. Shot wide, Wellna behind the net. Young up the wall, Hartman. And for hybrid controlling into the corner. So hybrid now at the point. Shot to the net off of 6. Smija. Save Smija. 1:04 left in the penalty. Ziedemeyer will take the draws. Zisler the other forward. Del Rio and Plager the defenseman. Draw hybrid. Controls. Up top and down this side. Ziedemeyer. Applying a little pressure. Del Rio clears. Nice save, Smija. And Del Rio there to get that out of harm's way. Back up top. Zisler applying some pressure. Over the wall. Plager. Plager off the glass. Harden out. Up for Zisler. Zisler. Shots deflected. Into the corner. Plager with it. Plager sends it down low. Zisler will continue to forecheck. Good penalty kill so far. Pro hybrid. They exit back in the Blue Army zone. Del Rio defending. And Smija is right there. Smother that up. 19 seconds left in the penalty to Stone. Fresh set of forwards for Blue Army, Sedung and Feldick. 13-18 left in the third. Blue Army trails 3-1. Battle on the dot to the middle. And Smija makes the save. So we'll do it again. Back into a hybrid. Shot. Nice work, Sedung, to get a stick on that. Feldick back for it. Feldick hard off the wall and all the way down. Sedung hustles after on the forecheck. For hybrid still controls. Blue Army back to full strength. Miller on for Blue Army. Into the defensive zone. Broke up in front by Feldick. Sends it to the wall. Sent down low. Plager behind. Plager off the boards. Up the wall. Feldick's got it. Feldick has got Miller in the middle with Sedung trailing behind. Tried to go over to Feldick, but broken up. Del Rio pitches in. And the hybrid leaves. And Plager got enough of that to break it up. Feldick chases after. Nice save, Smija on that one, too. Good boy, Joe. .12:09 left in the third. Blue Army trails 3-1. Hartman on the draw. Stone to his left. Young to his right. Wellna the right D, Krumtich to the left D, back to Krumtich. Krumtich up for Stone, but that's deflected. Hartman hustling after it. Hartman almost broke free. Stone with it to the middle. And Pearl Harbor chips it out. Wellna comes back for it. Wellna to Stone. Stone to the middle for Young, just couldn't quite hold on. Hartman battles. Hartman, oh my. And they're offside. Pro Hybrid coach is doing a pretty good job of helping the ref determine what is and is not offside so far. Pro Hybrid controls off the draw. To the middle. Krumtich sends him wide. Front pitch battling in the corner with Hartman helping out. Hartman behind. Now Hartman with it. Hartman up the wall with Young and Stone. Hartman in the middle for Young. Fires. Nice save. Front pitch. Stepped up and held that in for a minute, but Pearl Harbor chips it out back for Wellna. Wellna goes across. Hartman able to knock that free with his skate, and Young sends it up the boards. And Blue Army will go for a change. Pearl Hybrid controls, sends it deep on net. Smija steers it into the corner. Cavill Hog back for it. Cavill Hog up the boards for Zisler to Ziedemeyer. Just couldn't quite control. Zisler with it now. Zisler takes it wide. Pearl Hybrid rings it around. Blue Army defense were changing, so not able to keep that in. Del Rio back for Cavill Hog. Cavill Hog up for Zisler. Zisler to the net. Meyer on the forecheck now. Up the wall. And out. Pearl Hybrid's in 2-on-1 with Cavill Hog defending, and Smija, nice save. Nice work preventing them from kicking out to the Pearl Hybrid player who was crashing the net. Ziedemeyer fires that up top. And deflected to So Pearl Hybrid sends one to the net. Hit a body or a stick in front and just deflects up and over Smija. Nothing he can do about that one. 9:55 left in the third. Blue Army trails 4-1. Sedung on the draw. Miller to his right. Feldick to his left. Nice work by Miller to poke that one free. He's got it and he skates around in that. They'll let that one go. Seen that called before. Not in Woodbury's rink against that team. Smija, nice save. Cavill Hog in the corner. Battle behind the net. That's Cavill Hog and Sedung helping out. Sedung now. Up the wall for Feldick. Feldick. Got Del Rio and Miller with him. Feldick to the middle. Cuts back. Back in. This goes wide. Miller pokes it over to Feldick. Feldick tried to go up front. Couldn't. Pucks bounce around in front. Cleared for Del Rio. Del Rio fires. High. Legger steps in for it. Legger tried to go to the middle. Somebody lost the stick. Sedung with it now. Sedung for Del Rio. Del Rio fires. And bouncing around. Still loose. And sent up top. Legger sends it toward the net. More deflections. That's Young with it. Young tried to go to the middle, broken up. And Plager's back for it. Plager will turn. Up to Sedung. Sedung toward the middle. Young sends it all the way in. Stone on the forecheck now. And Pearl Hybrid up and out in the Blue Army zone. Cavill Hog defending. Wellna's back in front covering. Nice work, Wellna, to tie that guy up. And Cavill Hog clears. Stone pursues. Back in the Blue Army zone, sent on that. Smija steers ahead in the corner. Cavill Hog over for it. Chips up for Young. Young. Pearl Hybrid held for a second. Blue Army cleared. Now it's right back in. And Cavill Hog behind his own net. Cavill Hog chips it up for Young. Young tried to go back for Cavill Hog, but intercepted. Wellna back behind his own net. Now Cavill Hog. Nope, sorry. Oh, yep, now Cavill Hog. Up to Stone. Stone. Got Hartman in the middle. Hartman, shot. Save. Pearl Hybrid. Pearl Hybrid in the Blue Army zone. Cavill Hog defending. Meyer hustling back to back check. Wellna up for Stone. Stone. Cross for Meyer. Meyer Dumps it in. And 4 of 5, Blue Army will go for a change. Pro Hybrid. Up the near wall. They'll send it all the way down. And that should be icing. And it is. So 6:44 left in the third. Blue Army trails 4-1 in the championship game. Ziedemeyer take the draw with Zissler to his left, Meyer to his right, Krumtich the left D, Del Rio the right D. Back to Krumtich. Krumtich, nice work to get that through. He tried to shoot that, it was going to get blocked. Smart play by Krumtich. Ziedemeyer with it now. Ziedemeyer circles the wagons. Shots deflected. High stick played by, nope, Pro Hybrid will play it, so it'll negate the high stick. Up for Krumtich. Krumtich toward the net, deflected. Zissler now. Zissler to the front, all the way through. Del Rio. Down low from Meyer. Meyer wheels around and fires from the hash marks. And Zissler scores. So 4-2, 6:10 left in the second. Sorry, 6:10 left in the third. Of this championship game. Sedang on the draw, Feldick to his left, Miller to his right. Del Rio and Krumtich the defenseman. Sedang off the draw. Sedang toward the Pro Hybrid net and covered up. Offensive zone draw for Sedang. 6:05 left. Miller battling on the wall. Up top for Del Rio. Sends it to the middle for Feldick. Puck will bounce around a bit, and Pro Hybrid controls, exits. And Feldick intercepted that. Now Krumtich. Oh boy. Blue Army got lucky there. They had nobody back defending. Feldick with it. Feldick toward the net. Blocked off. Puts the brakes on reverses. Up for Krumtich. Del Rio holds it in. Del Rio fires. Just high and wide. Up the boards. Pro Hybrid. Into the zone off Del Rio's hand. Put us back by Sedang. Hit that shot. And shot goes wide. Del Rio behind the net. Now Krumtich battling in the corner. Krumtich sends it up and out. Miller chasing. Del Rio puts the brakes on. We'll back it up for Plager. Plager up for Stone. Stone to the middle for Hartman. Pro Hybrid back into the Blue Army zone. All the way across in the corner. Plager defends. Tips it up for Hartman. Hartman up for Stone. And Hartman with it. Now Stone. Now Hartman. Back on Stone stick. Still on Stone. He comes away with it. Here we go. Stone. Save. Puck's on the wall. Hartman over there. Kvilhaug fires on net. Big rebound. And Pro Hybrid clears. But that's not going to make it all the way down in the third period. Kvilhaug's hustling back for it. Kvilhaug battling in the corner. Plager behind the net. Plager tried to go up for Stone. Gets it there. Stone over to Young. Young. Pro Hybrid exits. Glove save, Smija. Oh, he drops it for Ziedemeyer. Ziedemeyer wheels around for Plager. Plager up for Meyer. Meyer for Zissler. Zissler sends it in deep. He'll chase after it. 3:16 left in the third period. Zissler behind the net, sends it out front. Nobody there. Pro Hybrid into the Blue Army zone, well in the defending. Ziedemeyer Up for Meyer. Meyer fires. Just wide. Brings it on the board. And Zissler hustles over there. Zissler holds it in. Now Crumptich. Crumptich able to hold. Crumptich spins. Back for Zissler. Zissler sends it toward the net. Deflected. And sent back out. Welna into the Pro Hybrid zone. Winds, fires, and held on to by the Pro Hybrid tender. 2:35 left in the third. 4-2 deficit for Blue Army here in the championship game. And Blue Army will pull Smija for the sixth attacker. And 3 Blue Army on it in the corner, as they should. Hybrid comes away with it. They ring it around up top. Crumptich sends it back down low. Miller hustles after it, as does Feldick. Up the wall for Sedung. Sedung holds it in. Sedung held in by Crumptich. Crumptich makes a move and comes out. Welna knocks that away. Welna sends it in deep. He'll go after it. Miller hustles after it. They send it up the wall. That means there's no defenseman home. Crumptich is back for it. 1:55 left in the third. Crumptich tried to go up. And it's taken away. Pro Hybrid. Sedung breaks it up. Sedung now. Sedung into the Pro Hybrid zone. And swallowing the whistle. Feldick hustles after in the corner. Sends it across. Young's hard on the puck now. Up top for Del Rio. Del Rio fires. Hits a body in front. Feldick after it. To the middle. Deflected. And Pro Hybrid sends it all the way down. That'll be icing. So 1:14 left in the third period. Blue Army trails 4-2 in the championship game. Offensive zone draw for Ziedemeyer. Stone to his left, Young to his right, Meyer right behind him, Del Rio the lefty, and Cavilhag the right team will take a timeout. So Blue Army takes its timeout, gather itself, figure out some kind of strategy or play here. Need 2 goals in the last minute 14 to send this thing into overtime. So here we go. Again, it'll be Ziedemeyer on the draw. Stone to his left. Young to his right. Meyer right behind him. Cavilhag, the right defenseman. Del Rio, the left defenseman. Smija is on the bench for the 6th attacker. Pro Hybrid controls, and they go to fire it all the way down, and that exits the zone. And Stone here. Stone goes up for Meyer. Into the middle for Young. Ziedemeyer now. Ziedemeyer over for Cavilhag. Cavilhag down low and all the way around. Up top for Del Rio. Del Rio fires. And glove save. 43 seconds left. Another offensive zone draw. To the wall, back to the middle. Oh, And Del Rio knocks that away. Meyer brings it back into the zone. Meyer on the far wall. Vilhag tries to chip that in. And that's up and out for Del Rio. Del Rio tried to send it to Stone, but out of his reach, but hit a Pro Hybrid stick, so the wave off the icing up top. Ziedemeyer tried to hold that in, but Pro Hybrid sends that all the way down, and that's going to get through, and that's going to go. So that defensive zone clear, trickles in, and we'll give Pro Hybrid a 5-2 lead over Blue Army here with 12 seconds left in the third. So Hartman on the draw, Zissler to his left, Miller to his right, Plager and Wellman to the defenseman. Pro Hybrid sends it in deep. Plager back for it, 5 seconds left. Plager back behind. Plager will run the clock out, and that's it. So first tournament of the year. Like to win it, but not a bad showing for the boys. Second place. And we'll see you at the next one.